Chapter 39. I'll get us started, says Mrs. Beam as she reaches out into the basket. She pulls out a card and reads it aloud. On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. That's easy, shouts Dylan, jumping out of his seat. It's Selina. Who else would be dorky enough to still be a Girl Scout in 5th grade? Mrs. Beam's eyebrows are twitching. As I explained a moment ago, Mr. Samreen, she says, the person who reads the sentence is the only one who's allowed to guess. In this case, that person would be me, not you. Dylan sits back down, and Mrs. Beam walks over to Selina's desk. She is the girl in the green uniform who had brought my things to the nurse's office. Is it you, Selina? Mrs. Beam asks, placing the card next to a loop of green cloth with medals and badges pinned to it. Selina blushes and nods her head. Now it's your turn, says Mrs. Beam, holding the basket out to her. Selina pulls out a card and reads, Blondes have more fun. Gee, I wonder who that could be, Dylan says. Selina walks over to Lucy Mulligan and places the card next to the silver hairbrush sitting on her desk. Is it you? She asks Lucy. Duh, Dylan sneers. Of course it's her. This game is a joke. Mrs. Beam frowns at him, then holds out the basket to Lucy, who reaches in and pulls out the next card. I rule, she reads. I'll give you a hint, says Dylan. He turns on his ridiculous plastic star, and the music starts blaring. Ghetto superstar, that is what you are. Dylan jumps up on his chair, sticks out his long tongue, and starts waving it to the music. The way it moves reminds me of the leeches wriggling in Paripa's tea strainer. Mrs. Beam's eyebrows are not twitching any longer. They've become a straight line now. She walks over and turns off the music. Please get down from your chair, she says. As Dylan starts to climb down, he happens to glance over at Bigfoot's desk. When he sees the blue candy in the bowl, his eyes grow very wide, and a look of pure shock comes over his face.